welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and in today's video, we are going to be doing another X-Wing How to Fly. In this series, I basically tell you guys and teach you guys how to fly certain ships. With that said, that's what it's supposed to be. Really, I tend to just tell you my strategies, how I choose to fly these ships. And you can basically take the way I choose to fly them, take my strategies, and apply them to your own game. With that said, everyone has their own way of playing this game. Everyone has their own strategies. The way I choose to look at these ships might help you come up with your own strategies for the game. But nothing I say in this video is a has to be this way. It's more or less the way I do it, and the way I do it might help you. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about X-Wing How to Fly. Which ship are we going to be flying in today's video? Okay guys, so we are going to be talking about the TIE Punisher. Oh my god, look at the size of this thing. It's like, seriously, almost the size of my palm. It's actually a really big, considering how small X-Wing miniatures really are, they're really miniature. They have a lot of great detail, but they're really small. This thing is a massive bomber. Look at that thing. Just imagine the in-universe board meeting on how they designed the TIE Punisher. I want that cannon, by the way. I really want to see the board meeting to that, and my hair is starting to go crazy on me. I'm starting to look like a clown. Ugh. Oh well. Ignore my messy hair. Let's go ahead and talk about the TIE Punisher. So the TIE Punisher is just a bigger TIE bomber. And because it's a bigger TIE bomber, of course, it's, as you can see, it's a medium base, which actually throws in a whole slew of complications. But with that said, it's just a new challenge to fly this ship, right? Instead of flying your normal bases, you're going to be flying 1.5 base. Because of that, once again, here's a little mini clip from my my X-Wing viewing video when I was talking about medium base ships. Here you go. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you guys what I mean. The big problem with the medium ship, really one of its biggest weaknesses with all medium ships is the fact that the base, if you look, these small ships are like 1 speed, the medium ships are 1.5 speed. This makes it very difficult to fly these ships in certain formation. In fact, I have found in my use of this ship, my use in all medium ships, is to fly them at least 1 speed behind your lead ships, or if you're in front, fly them 1 speed above the lead ships. That way you don't end up crashing into your friendly ships. And you know, this can be also a huge problem, because this of course means your enemy can of course use that to their advantage as well. But as long as you keep the friendly ships within range 3 of the medium base ship, you should be fine. And that's kind of the rule of thumb that I have found flying these medium ships. So yeah, it could be a challenge flying a ship like that, but a challenge is actually cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at its quick builds. Here are the quick builds, and might I tell you, man, this ship does have a lot of abilities. Let's go ahead and look at its points cost. Wow! Look at how much you can put on it. I mean, a TIE Bomber alone, you can put a lot on a TIE Bomber. But the TIE Punisher? It's gonna punish you, guys. This thing has like 2 bombs, 2 missiles. Oh my god, this thing is just insane. If you really just like a lot of equipment, you got the TIE Punisher. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at its cards, shall we? So, it's got 2 evades. It's got 2 attacks, which, like I said in my bomber review, the fact is, this thing is not going to be firing with its main attack. It's going to be firing with all these torpedo shots, guys. That's what you really want to fire with it. That's what you want to use. It's okay to have 2 attacks because 2 attack dice, because you're probably going to end up with 3, 4, possibly 6 with your other weapons. So, without further ado, 2 attack dice, 1 evade. I'm surprised this thing has an evade at all. Look at the size of it. It's actually surprising me that this thing has an evade. Now, it actually makes sense that it has 3 shields, because it's a bigger bomber. It has to protect itself a little bit more. So to make sure that its bombs don't blow up, it has 3 shields and 6 hull, just like a regular TIE bomber. Now it has a focus token, targeting computer, red barrel roll. The fact that this thing can barrel roll at all, I know they're in space, guys, but look at the size of this thing. It's amazing that it can barrel roll at all. So a stress token. I normally don't barrel roll with this ship, so it doesn't matter. It does have a boost action with a red targeting computer. So if you don't mind stress tokens, you can take a second action there. That's pretty darn incredible. And it does have a turret. It does have a turret turn. With that said, its turret is not its actual main weapon, so that's just interesting about it. So let's go ahead and check out the pilots. My favorite pilots to use with this ship are: you can maintain up to 2 locks. After you perform an action, you may acquire a lock. That is Redline's ability. So basically, this means you can acquire 2 locks, so on 2 different enemy ships. I think that is pretty darn cool, and that gives you a better ability to use your missiles on other ships, so that's pretty darn handy. And then another one of my favorites is Death Rain. Deathfire is another guy. He's on the TIE bombers. Death Rain. Yes, we are going to rain death on you. I love these names. Death Rain, Red Liner, TIE Punisher. I can't help but laugh. I'm really having fun with this video. Alright. After you drop or launch a device, you may perform an action, which means after you drop a bomb, you can possibly boost or barrel roll out of the way from your bomb. So that's actually a pretty handy ability. Let's go ahead and talk about the other cards that I like on it. Just like with the bombers, cluster missiles, a cluster missile, proton torpedoes, a lot better than advanced proton torpedoes, concussion missiles. I like skilled bomber, and the reason why is because skilled bomber kind of gives you the ability to drop your devices at a speed higher than 1, so getting to drop them a little bit further. That's pretty handy. Okay, I really like mines. They're the best bombs to use with these. And then another one that I really like is, I like Veteran Gunner. That is a really handy card. I like Advanced Sensors. That's really handy. And Trajectory Simulator. He's giving you the ability to fire your bombs at 5 speed. That is a fast, long way. And if you got a ship that is behind you going by a long way, but so you might still be in range of them, well, you might be able to drop a bomb on them. That's pretty cool. And by the way, its turret is actually, I'm going to take him off here. Its turret is actually a double turret, so you can fire behind you, in front, or to the sides. You can only attack once, but that's still a pretty handy ability on that card. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the images I have of this ship. And here's something that's really funny about it. Look at the size comparison of it compared to a regular TIE bomber. My god, that thing's a big ship. Speaking of which, the TIE bomber is mostly a heavy hair muscle ship. Does this ship fit that heavy hair muscle ship role? It can, but I feel like because it's a medium ship, you can't fly it into tight formation. It's a little bit difficult, so it actually fits the supportive role a whole lot better. I feel like that's just the best ways to talk about all the medium ships. All medium-based ships just fit the supportive role a whole lot better. But that's just me. Thank you guys for watching. What do you think of the TIE Punisher?